Y'all, as soon as I had it set to come on at like 9:15. As soon as I was ready to set to come on, I'll be doggone. Mm-hmm. If some dude with a weed whacker shows right up at my back door in my back window, and I was like, I know you lying. I know you lying. You just spawned out of friggin' nowhere, just at the right. I mean, this whole area, and mine's the one because they only have one person doing this. You know what I mean? Like they don't have like a whole team of people out there doing this everywhere. And I'm like, of course he would. Of course he'd show up at the backside, right? At the back. And I'm like, sometimes I feel like the spirit like to be playing with me because they know it absolutely irritates me because I could be like, oh, they're doing something. I'm going to wait. And it will not reach me. Some days I just won't come on because I know that they're going to be here and they never get to my portion. And then the day that I choose to, they're here. And it's like then there's other days where I'm like, they got like so many different directions where they could start. And I'm like, really? I just think the spirit messing with me. Honest to goodness gracious. Anyways, we're about to pull some cards. Okay. Welcome to Weird and Woo Woo. Um, so just so that you're aware, hold on, let me get this situated. Um, I got the feeling that this is going to be a time where you have felt like, for whoever this is, that certain things have been kept from you, hidden from you, and you felt as if this should be something that I'm aware of. There's no reason to hide something from me, or how come I don't know all the elements of this, or that kind of thing. It feels as though somebody's at the juncture where spirit can start spilling tea on things that you are not aware of or that you've been having questions of. Um, and they can kind of like loop you in on some stuff. So, this is gonna be something where it's like, I'm not saying you don't have an indication, like this might be X, Y, and Z, but you could always feel like there was no direct, clear answer from spirit, or there was no, you know what I mean? It was like something was vague about it. And then other times there's just like absolutely nothing was shared with you about something. And the only way you knew something was being hidden from you is because other areas, like, certain things weren't happening or transpiring. And you're like, there's something else here that I'm not aware of. You know what I mean? Because like sometimes like we can be like, I'm going to, uh, I don't know, there's, like, things you wanna do, like, not everything is, like, this monumental thing that contributes to something in your life, and not everything's a big decision, and then it's like but you go through life and you're like, "How come every time I do this happens?" And you know it's something you're like, There's no way that what I'm attempting to do can have any real impact to change certain things. There's no way that something's actually blocked for that reason." Like, you just know. You're like, "What are you doing, Spirit? What is going on?" And you know what I'm saying, that it doesn't happen. Or, like, you do attempt it, like, you're like, I'm gonna go out and get a different job. I just don't wanna do this anymore. I want something where I'm working outside. And you attempt to, and it's like the degree to which something is blocked, and you're like, "Okay, now something's up," but nothing, like, they act like they don't even respond. I know you've experienced this where, like, you say something, you ask something, and it's like not an intuitive hit, not nothing, no indication, nothing, and you're like irritated, right? We're at the juncture now where they're gonna start spilling the beans, and this might become a series where it's kind of like, you're like, "Why can't I be in the loop? How is me being in the loop gonna throw things off? How is it?" We've all been there. We've all been there where we're like, and sometimes we just feel as if like spirit intentionally just like a switch turns our intuition off, and we are feeling like we're not just in the dark, we are offline. So, and there's a reason, right? Something is being withheld. And so to me, this isn't like spilling tea so you can get information on somebody else. This ain't this isn't a reality drama, right? I know there's a lot of shows like the housewives things where they prey on your need for dopamine and shit. We're not talking about that kind of spilling tea. We're not out here trying to get some information on somebody else. No, no, this is something that you've been asking and you have been cut out of, and now you get to be privy to. Okay. All right. So, I did, in fact, get what my son had. So, yay for me, but luckily at this juncture, it's not kicking my butt the way it did his. And so, and Micah almost sounded like he was having some issues. So, yeah, let's hope not because um he has things this weekend. And so anyway, um let's hope not. Knock on wood. Okay. Let me go ahead and give you my spiel. You are a sovereign being of your life. You get to determine if, how, when, where, why any of these messages might apply. My recommendation is to never Cinderella it to make it fit. Here we go. Starman Tarot has been making its debut again over the last couple of days. I use it a lot, but for whatever reason, it's really taken center stage here in the last couple of reads. So it's one of my favorite decks. Sure, come on, you can get it together. Let's go. All right. Okay, Spirit. What do they get to know now? They haven't been able to know up to this point. What do you want to tell them? Okay. Ace of Wands, Page of Wands. Are you Three of Wands and the Hierophant? It feels as though they have refrained from telling you when something is actually going to happen. You know, all those lovely little people out there who are like, in divine timing, you can't really blah, 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 blah. And it's like, I'm going to throat punch Spirit if they don't fucking quit. Something has already began to transpire. Actions are already being taken. I also heard attention has already been grabbed, whatever that means. Here's the Ace of Wands, but with this particular one, we've got that Ace of Wands flying through the air, cracking open this golden egg. The golden egg is always about a golden opportunity, a golden new beginning, a very auspicious, beneficial new start. When it's an egg, it's still a potential, right? It's still in gestation. Once it has hatched, once it is broken open, it is, in fact, already begun. Uh, um, it is something. In the Three of Wands, he's holding the wand. And funny enough, in this particular one, there are multiple golden eggs. Multiple. You have the two wands here. It does reference taking action. So, in my opinion, it feels as though I'm trying to decipher here if it's if it's you that has taken action or if it's somebody else. Meaning, because it's already flying through the air. Flying through the air, it reminds me of the Eight of Wands. When wands are flying through the air, it's usually Eight of Wands. You've done something, and as a result, someone else is responding. I look at the Ace of Wands as the inspirational opportunity, right? Somebody's inspired, somebody has had something sparked within them. You've done something that has either sparked something within somebody, inspired them, or revealed a desire of theirs. And as a result, because this feels like Three of Wands is that reciprocity where you've already taken the action, and there's kind of like now you're waiting to see how something's been received, what that how that will be reflected back to you, right? That's that reciprocity piece. So the Two of Wands, it's already like there's already been action towards something, and this wand comes flying through the air, and you catch it, like you've got it. It comes back to you like I wanted to say like a boomerang. Um, you've taken action, and you've done something, is what I want to say. You've done something that has either inspired, awakened, or revealed some kind of like desire or want. And as a result, whatever you've awakened or revealed within somebody else is going to come back to you through a golden opportunity. Terrifying. I'm like, mm, that could be a contract. Okay. Temperance. Judgment. Five of Swords. I'm going to see if this is the order that I need to have it in. Knight of Swords. You've done something for them, and now they want to do something for you. I don't know if you would classify that you've done something for someone else, but something that you have done did do something. Like I feel like this could be like you are so oblivious to everybody else, but maybe it's just how you live your life, and people have observed this, and somehow they are like, it's done something for them, either healing wise or like reignition of faith in humanity, or it's done something to them, to their inner light, to it's brought something online for them, a revelation or anything else like that. Uh and as a result, there's something beelining it right for you. There is a golden opportunity coming in. There's something here about spirit. It's like, I told you to go ahead and do it with nothing. Like, there's something that spirit has encouraged you to take action on, even though I feel like you felt like you were not well equipped to do such. Or somehow it was like you didn't want to do something without um reciprocity. And there's a card in my divine doors that talks about um like giving with an open heart. um it'll eventually make its way back to you. So it has the air of you taking action and doing something, and not having it reciprocated or received or acknowledged for a good period of time. But spirit's like, it's like a pay it forward kind of a situation. Like, I'm gonna do this, and it eventually comes back, kind of thing. But it does feel like there's been a period of time where you, in fact, were taking action, and there wasn't anything to fill your cup back up. I feel like I wanna say, "But nothing's happening, nothing's" you know what I mean? Like, "Why do I get" and then they kept encouraging you to do something. So you did. And whatever you were doing did something for somebody else, and it's coming back to you. It's to balance things out. Whatever is coming to you is kind of like because it's balancing out because you answered some kind of call. Like you did something without any guarantee that you would receive anything back from it, almost with the intent of it's not about getting something back. It's just about doing this, like giving, doing this thing. And that's where you have gained favor. You were doing something without accolades, without reciprocity, without expectation of something in return. And in fact, frequently doing something without anything in return. But whatever is about to transpire is a result, is to balance things back out. That quote unquote, as some people call it, karmic debt, but it's balancing the scales. A judgment has been called. And so somebody here gets to we have the 5 of swords. Something has been very life's been a bit of a conflict. It's amazing at times when we are the ones where we feel like we are the ones that need the help, but spirit inspires us or pushes us to be the help that we have been needing to others. And you feel like you're giving from an empty cup. And to do such without any kind of reciprocity or payment in kind seems illogical and irresponsible. Well, it's changing some kind of difficulty in life completely around. It's cutting that out. The Knight of Swords is about whatever this golden opportunity, it cuts that out. It permanently severs that. And as you notice, the Knight of Swords, he's been listening. The Raven represents spirit and spirit messages. He's been listening and following through. It's like you've been doing something with no guarantee of a future for it. Where other people may have thought your energy needs to go to something else, not that. Yeah, the Fool. Queen of Cups, King of Wands. King of Wands is senior. It's like a Queen of Cups is giving me I wear my heart on my sleeve. Um I pour guidance, nurturing, love out into the world. The Queen of Cups frequently has her cup on offer and seemingly at times has the appearance of an endless supply. Generally, in some of the other ones, there is like this bit she's sitting in the middle of a moat. Like she can just refill her cup seemingly from nowhere. She always has something to give. Whether it's wisdom, love, nurturance, inspiration. So you're someone is seen like this. And then the King of Wands is the one giving the opportunity. Wand, 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 wand. Of course, it's the King of Wands that tosses that Ace of Wands and the Page of Wands. It's like they bring in some kind of golden opportunity. somehow the King of Wands is aware or knows or understands the degree to which you have sacrificed and gave from an empty cup. And for whatever reason, it has touched them or inspired them or it's done something. And I'm not going to say, I mean, they may have been on the receiving end. It doesn't seem as though the Queen of Cups keeps stock of like, well, I'll help you because you need it, and this person, they're capable. Like, I think that it feels as though the Queen of Cups has blessed many. And I think at some point the King of Wands has come to the understanding that life has been the Five of Swords for this Queen of Cups. And that very well may be the thing that awakens something in this person or lit a fire within the King of Wands or inspired them. Two of Swords with the Ten of Swords. I keep hearing liminal, so the Two of Swords is giving me like that liminal space. Almost as if the Queen of Cups has been in a place where she couldn't act for herself, so she did for others a little bit. It's this pause, this waiting period. It's giving that she couldn't necessarily make a decision for herself because she was in a position of a Ten of Swords, like worst case scenario. So her environment, her circumstances, whatever was happening, whatever she was undergoing, um, limited her and kept her in this liminal space. Um, and so since she couldn't do for herself, she tried to help and do for others. It does seem as though there's a transition that is happening though for the Queen of Cups where she is in a place where she's I don't wanna say ready to make decisions and choices and be at the center of how she moves because there is a instance here where even when I can't do for myself, I attempt to do for others. And so it's not necessarily where she intentionally was deprived, um, but, like, the kindness that she has. But a decision has been made to not operate from that, splitting off from that identity. There's a splitting off from that identity. Um, let's see. Tower. Um, ready to whatever this phase was, where life was difficult for her, but she was still giving to others. There's something that is wrapping up in regards to that. There is a decision to no longer identify with that phase of life. Um, Again, I keep feeling like she was in the position in the place of things not working out for her, but she it didn't stop her from being the Queen of Cups. And Five of Cups talks about sometimes being wrapped up in all the things that can go wrong in not seeing a way out of something. Whatever's happening, this opportunity is meant to break the Queen of Cups free. I'm gonna get a different deck. What is the golden opportunity? Get it back. Um, the Hanged Man attempted to come out of the Starman, and it felt wonky, so I put it back. I just did the same thing here. That just tells me that there's been a long stage or a long period of time. So whatever this time frame was, it's taken a long time. Prudence, same as perseverance with the Eight of Pentacles. Something feels really like reality feels woo 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 right now. Okay, we're back to the Three of Wands. There's an admiration for somebody's strength. How you move, how you operate has inspired the King of Wands. And they must be in a position to give back to you for whatever it is that you've done for them, whether you are aware of what you've done or not. This could be like, again, just faith in humanity. Oh, there's two. I didn't realize there was two when it flipped. Oh. Whatever's coming in is changing things. We know that, but what is coming in? What is coming in? Let's get this. Alrighty then. I don't know about you, but sometimes I'm like, why do you, Spirit, listen, why do you make a relationship sound like a golden opportunity? Because it's a little weird to be like, this is your reward. King dang the BDE, King of Wands, the BDE. I'm like, what? Why is a person the reward? Are we shitting ourselves right now? I don't think look, I don't think the King of Wands is like, look, you get to have me. Aren't you so lucky? I am your reward for all the things that you've been, you know what I mean? That's spirit saying that shit. What I believe is the King of Wands is so very inspired by how somebody lives their life or operates, who they really are, and being able to maintain that despite circumstances, their resilience, their strength, but their good nature, their sense of vulnerability and love and willingness to pour into the world. That is what they're attracted to. So they are coming in very fast because that's awakened something within them. You inspire them. It draws them in. Spirit's the one that's like, "Oh my god, you finally get to have," I'm thinking, "Are you serious right now? This is your gift." The fuck? Two of Cups. That's what came out. It literally says Lord of Love. And I assume they're trying to say that this is somebody who's gonna love you the way that you've loved everyone else, the way that you pour into everybody else, that gives as much as you give, um, that has that endless well. I I assume that's what they're saying, although the delivery could have been better. Just saying. It could have been better. Yep. Page of Cups. Mhm. King of Wands. Ace of Swords. Queen of Swords. Ace of Pentacles, Eight of Cups, Nine of Cups. Okay. This is not the Queen of Cups. This Queen of Swords is not the Queen of Cups. I gotta cover up the tatas. Page of Cups. I don't know if this King of Wands is a friend of yours. That would make sense with the Page of Cups. Um, this is initiating something. I I am wrapped up in the Ace of Swords and the Queen of Swords because it frankly just feels like I keep getting communication, but I also keep getting like some kind of like severance. I gotta pull some cards because I'm like, what? I feel as if like these two things are a disruption into what the reading is. Like something just had to interject itself really quick, make itself known. And I'm like, what is this shit? Because it doesn't go along with anything else. It doesn't, it feels I get off hook. King of Wands feels like they have removed any obstacles or maybe removed anything that was not for them. The Queen of Swords has her sword drawn. Look at the head. Look at the head. Oh, you can't see it. Look at the head. Off with their heads, right? Because we have the Ace of Pentacles, which is a new start, new beginning. Eight of Cups, leaving something for the Nine of Cups, their wish fulfillment. Like, do I have these in the wrong order? Honestly, it feels like I'm about to put this down here because I'm like, oh, this shit don't make no sense. It doesn't even feel. Yeah, see this? See? Makes more sense. Something about the King of Wands is willing to start over. That's where the Ace of Pentacles and the Eight of Cups comes in. It's like they you've inspired them in such a way that they're willing to walk away. This is abandoned success, right? Walk away in order to have like some kind of wish fulfillment with you or to try and attempt to fulfill a wish. They're willing to start over again. I don't know if they've left a job, if they've decided they're going to you've inspired them to do something, to take some kind of action. They're coming your way. Spirit's like, this is a result of what you have done up to this point. Hierophant would make it seem like some freaking kind of a commitment, right? They're coming in to initiate something brand new. Like, this isn't just, a fantasy. This is, I want something real substantial. I'm willing to leave certain things behind just to be able to have something with you. And my thing is, I'm not necessarily saying that they are thinking these exact thoughts in their head, right? It may just be that they are so inspired by you or feel so um electrified by you and really drawn in, that the underlying energy they're experiencing is whatever they've experienced with you in observing you, whatever they've received from you, has them realizing certain things aren't worth, and they want true happiness. And so they're willing to walk away from some things. And that feels like more of an energy, right? Like they're willing to actually do this. I don't know. I can't say that they're necessarily thinking it specifically just like that. That's the energy of it. Like that's where they're at. Ace of Swords, Queen of Swords. What is this shit? Oh, you're gonna make me. Okay, let's just throw some things around. Three of Swords, King of Pentacles, Strength. I feel like the Ace of Swords and the Queen of Swords represents the willingness to cut something loose, to walk away from something. Three of Swords, to separate from something, to endure maybe a loss in regards to some kind of status that they have. How you live your life and what you've done and what you've been able to give to others definitely has them rethinking how they make their choices and decisions and how they move. It has inspired them to some degree. It has ignited a desire or a wish or a want for them. It has ignited something in them to make some kind of change. And they are doing that because they realize that what they were holding on to, working towards, or placing priority with was not what was making them really happy. Some would call it success, but it's not what they really wanted, what they wished for. And there's something about the way that you move. It's like they almost feel, I want to say, inadequate, because it's like that's what they really deeply aspire to want to be like. And there's this recognition that's not how that they've been living their life. They were trying to get ahead and use things, it seems like materially, to gauge for themselves. And we're expecting to get some kind of emotional fulfillment from that. And when they watch somebody who's not had their success, who's where life has been difficult, to be the caliber of a person that you have been, kind of puts things into perspective and puts them in their place a little bit. And suddenly their role as the King of Pentacles was not nearly, yeah, Five of Pentacles. They're willing to give up some level of material success and or perception of future material success. It's like, yeah, that's really what I think was a gauge, the major gauge for them. And when you look at somebody who where life is a battle and somebody else who doesn't have, and they're still able to be the caliber of a person that they are, and you know that they're the ones that really deserve that success, that whatever. They're coming in because they want to, I don't know if they want to share what they have with you, or if they're like somehow being with someone of your caliber is worth whatever losses materially they have, because they know with a person like you, they'd still be fucking immensely happy. They'd have everything they'd ever want. Because how can you be without and struggle so fucking much and still pour in? They're like, I can do that. I will. And they look at you like you deserve all of this. And maybe they don't feel so deserving. Maybe they feel a little ashamed that they keep assuming their emotional happiness and fulfillment is going to come from some level of material success, thinking they're putting shit into perspective. And maybe they were thinking in order to in order to have happiness, there had to be some kind of material success, and they're realizing that's not fucking true. And that their pursuit of the material success seems to be a bit of a barrier to getting the emotional their truest emotional desires met. So there's a combination of you deserve, and I see that and I want to give to you, but also that material things were never the thing that gave you some people are only good people and nice and kind when they have some kind of level of status in life. And that when certain material things disappear from their life, so too does their character and their love. And they become mean, bitter, and hateful and vengeful, and but not who I'm reading for. And this person may have been with individuals where it was like they were the best to this individual as long as that individual could serve them. And you unfairly to them don't even require that for you to give. Now, we could get into the realm of being a people pleaser and an overgiver and a this, that, and the other, but it's your truest nature. You are your happiest when you can pour out. You have so much within you that you love to give, you love to cheer, you love to love. That's what they want. That's what they want. That's what they want. Four of Wands. They, I don't know if they've ever, this feels like more of a feeling that has been ignited within them. That's something that's been given birth within inside of them. Like a flame has been lit and it's like life force has come online for them. They've awakened to something and it has set them ablaze. They want this. The Four of Wands with you. They want union. They want this is the kind of family and home life that they want. That's what they want to build from. That's the kind of foundation they want to build from. That's the kind of foundation they want to build from for the remainder of their life. They want to give. They're changing their focus. They're realizing that it's not the material things. Material can be protective and create stability in an uncertain world. But that, above all else, is not what you have craved. You deserve to have somebody to pour into you the way you do everybody else, even strangers. That's what you've been gunning for. That's what you've been wanting. That's the reciprocity you desire. You flourish from that and they recognize that. And they have Six of Pentacles, they have something they can give you that you deserve. They're changing their trajectory and very well are changing who they desire. Whoever they have 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 formed bonds with before, there was an intellectual compatibility, seeing eye to eye on certain things. There was a meticulous way of moving in life. There was, again, like an intellectual understanding, but it lacked the emotional sustenance that they really want. These people probably ended up being great partners to work on things materially because they had the same goals, same outlook. But it wasn't. Love was not the foundation. It wasn't fulfilling. What they want is to be fulfilled at a soul level. They want a soul connection. And while intellectual, um, and having the same worldview is important, it does not create the basis or foundation for the kind of legacy that they want to build and leave behind. So the King of Wands is coming in. I'm going to pull from this and then we'll wrap it up. Unexpected. That's for sure. What's unexpected? Something's going to start unexpectedly. The expectation card is kind of like, you can expect change from this. Something new is about to enter your life that you can count on creating change for you. Be more specific, please. And you've been waiting for that change. I think that your home life is going to undergo there is going to be a change. This is what they're changing. This is where somebody I feel like they can't believe how long you've gone without someone reciprocating this. Like, people like you are the ones that deserve to have all the accolades. Courthouse has given me like things meant to be. We have the red string of fate, what seems to be like soul contracts, community, support, resources. They want to do for you how they know you would do for them. They want to be the change that you deserve to have in this life. I don't know specifically what you did for them, and I don't think that you understand the degree what you did it that you actually even did something for someone else. Most certainly wasn't you didn't do it with the expectation of something coming back, and you don't seem to be keeping a tally of who all you've done things for. And in fact, this almost feels as again, like I don't think you've done anything directly for this person to your the best of your knowledge. But they see you and they want to help you and they want to get close to you and they want to live life closer to the way that you live it than the way that they've been living it. So they are going to be a change agent. And I guess that's why spirit's like this is a gift because even spirit has witnessed you never encounter somebody quite like yourself. And that is like the entire goal of this person. They will match you and value you and value what you bring to the table and what you give out and who you are. And it's like the thing that's overlooked and undervalued from everybody else is the thing that they want and value the most. So, okay. I can't even tell how quickly this is going to happen. Um, oh, because they're like, I'm going to tell you something I haven't told you yet. Oh, yeah, this is unexpected. And it had already begun. Oh. So, not to sound like some other tarot readers were like, somebody's been watching you. You don't know that this person is as impressed by you or that they can see you the way that they can. Like they see you. They see you. Um, and they've already done something that is going to come to light to you soon. They've already done something. And they're going to be bringing it to you. I feel like it's a double whammy. Like they're giving you an inside peek to how this person sees you and why they're even coming in. And that's spilling the tea. But they're also going, oh, and by the way, this just has to be soon. They've already done something. And I guess that's why they can tell you now. Because it's already begun. They've already done something. And you're about to find out. So, all right, I'm gonna leave it there. I hope this finds whoever it's meant for, and I hope you'll have a fantastic day. And I'm gonna see you guys at the next read. Have a good day.